brilliant second half here at the Western Oval, with a great first half to the home side Footscray, leading by 38 points, a centre square infringement, and the Lions can't afford to give those away, and the free kick is to Purser. Purser to half forward. Oh, a nice leap over the top by Blakey, and Blakey has marked the hand pass across to Roos. Roos kicks wide, looking for Barwick, who has the unenviable job of looking after Hawkins, who tackles him, but the free kick is going Barwick's way, because Barwick got rid of the ball just as Hawkins tackled him. The hand pass across to Turner. Now that's Turner receiving the foot pass. That was Roos running out of defence. So Turner, who's been a trier for the Lions on the outer side wing, the high kick to half forward. Pert in front, who's now playing up there, but Kellett kicks quickly out of the pack, and the mark has been taken by Egan.
Egan for Footscray, half-back for the Bulldogs. First 5 or 8 minutes of this quarter crucial to Fitzroy if they're going to get back into it. Egan kicks it towards half forward. Mark spilled by Crow. Goes in after it again. Tries to break clear. Handball comes wide to Wallace, and Wallace is forced over the boundary line before he can get the ball away. And a boundary throw-in will take place. Half forward flank for Footscray. Scoreboard showing the Bulldogs leading comfortably by 38 points. Royal can't break clear. His quick kick goes over the boundary line for another throw-in, only 5 or 8 metres towards the Footscray goal from the previous boundary throw-in. Bit of scrambly play to start the third quarter. Max Crow in the picture, opposed by Tilly. Tilly tried to bounce Crow out of the way. Crow gets the tap down, goes to Steve McPherson. His quick kick in mid-air, picked up by Royal. Royal kicks to the front of the goals where Beasley's there with Reeves. At the back, Hardy read the play well. Through comes Rowe. Interchange player for Fitzroy on the ground. He's interfered with by Hardy, and Rowe will take the free kick. There's a scramble on the ground. Very much, very unlike the Brownlow medalist to hop into that sort of thing. But young Rowe may have just stirred him up a little. Mickey Conlon comes in to put himself between Hardy and Rowe, and the Brownlow medalist runs away. As the ball now taken away by Rowe, kicks towards half-back member side of the ground. Pekin can't control it. McIver comes in, left foot kick into the centre. It's a poor one, but it finds Harris. Harris handball goes to Conlon. He's opposed by Wallace. Wallace dispossesses Conlon easily. Goes back to Steve McPherson. His long kick to centre half forward. Crow in front, punched away. The crumbs come to Tilly. Good shepherding. At the back was Tilly's kick, goes up to centre half forward, picked up by Richard Osborne, threads the handball to Barwick. He slips over at the crucial stage, picked up by Hawkins. Oh, no, it's an unfair tackle by Pert. Well, it was an unfair tackle, but umpire Snedden decides that it's holding the ball against Dougie Hawkins, and the free kick will go to Gary Pert, and a 15-metre penalty will go on Hawkins as well, which will take Pert up towards the 50-metre line. And unless Dougie Hawkins goes back, he might get another 15 metres. Gary Pert for Fitzroy. Punts for goal with a long drop punt. Not quite through. Mark taken. No, yes, it's paid. In the last line of defence to Andrew Purser for Footscray.
Purser, who has done extremely well in the ruck, has dominated, but Rance takes the mark. But once again, we see the umpire saying, look, you've got to go and kick over the mark. I don't know why they can't just say play on. Maybe there's something. Now there he goes again. He's going to bring him back again. He's got to kick down this side of the ground, the grandstand side. And he's indicating now, Purser's indicating that, well, he can kick that way. Now the umpire's bringing Osborne over. Well, I can't work that one.
Bit ludicrous, Clark, but play goes on. Purser kicks out towards Hawkins. Obviously, Hawkins is their man, and unfortunately, on this occasion, he can't break clear, and a ball up will take place just inside the 50-metre square. It's about 45 metres out from the Fitzroy goal, and boy, do Fitzroy need 2 or 3 quick goals. Harris on the bottom of the pack. He's crashed to the ground. He's still there, Leon Harris. Suffered a heavy knock in that altercation. Quick kick goes out towards Steve McPherson, who does well. Well, I thought he did well, but the umpire sees it as an infringement, and the free kick will go back to Fitzroy player on centre wing. Looks like Barwick. Barwick's kick off the side of the boot up to centre half forward, punched away from McIver. Hits the ground. Petraglia there to pick up the crumbs. Malin there for Footscray. He can't break clear. Rowe for Fitzroy, and umpire Snedden will bounce about 20 metres the Fitzroy side of the centre square. Callett off and Liberatore on for Footscray at the 5-minute mark of the third quarter. A quick kick up into the Fitzroy forward line and a good strong mark taken by Baxter for Footscray.
Baxter with the aid of 15 metres against a very frustrated Richard Osborne. And Baxter, the clearing kick once again to the outer side of the ground, and it should be a mark there to Clayton. Elects to play on, kicks to half forward. Egan fists the ball away then from Knight. Well, but it's Brian Cordy and Footscray doing it well. Bedraggled Fitzroy forward line. I'd say there are a few Fitzroy fans amongst that crowd that aren't happy with what they're seeing at the moment.
Boundary throw in between centre wing and half forward for Fitzroy. Purser gets into the back of Tilley. No free kick. McLean there for Footscray. Forks and turns. Now gets onto his right foot. Decides on a hand pass to Hawkins. Hawkins plays on. The free kick was McLean's, but the umpire called the play on rule, and Crow takes the mark for Footscray between wing and half forward. Footscray's favour. Crow kicks long towards centre half forward. The leading player's there, Beasley, but he can't get near the ball. Petraglia picks up the crumbs. Kicks it over the top. Beasley's made position. In front, punched away. McPherson there for Footscray. Can't get clear. Wants to get rid of the ball quickly. McGuinness gets in the clear with spectacular play. McGuinness gives it to Crow. Crow in short, looks for Beasley and finds him with a mark of the day by Simon Beasley. A slips catch, which the English cricketers could have been proud of. And Beasley a chance to kick his second goal. He's only 30 metres out on a slight angle. Beasley comes in and shoots for goal. He's offline and are behind results. And Footscray go on to 10-6-66, leading Fitzroy 4-3-27. And we've played 10 minutes into the third quarter.
It's the kick in by Tilley, looking for Harris, will come unstuck as Liberatore gets the ball out to Royal. Liberatore back again, the little fellow's got it, he's doing well, gets the hand pass away. That was intended there for McLean, but Royal comes out with it. Wallace goes through, was grabbed, he pushes the ball further afield. Fitzroy defence panicking. There's going to be a bounce. And number 60 for the Bulldogs, Tony Liberatore, trying to make the most of his opportunities.
Bounce of the ball. Crow doing the ruck work for Footscray, opposed by Tilley. Petraglia, quick kick up towards the forward pocket area. Roos under pressure, gives it to Rowe. Oh, Rowe is flattened by McPherson. He did well, Rowe, because I thought McPherson's contact was good, but Rowe's jumped up to take his kick and kicks it to half back. Looking up there for Clayton. Over the back was Purser. Royal to do the roving. Taps it on towards Brian Cordy. Cordy puts his body in first. Through comes Peake and he can't control it. Boundary line very close, but umpire Snedden decides on a bounce. It's on centre wing, members' side of the ground, slightly favouring Footscray's goal.
Pert up forward, trying to get some cohesion up there, but they'll need a big effort from Pert. Purser gets it down. Good play by Pert to go through the pack. Gets it down to Knight. Hand pass on to Pert. Good play. Pert's kick up into the half-forward area for Fitzroy. Osborne can't get it as Kennedy shows it plenty of weight. In fact, the free kick is going Osborne's way as Mitchell plays on, but the ball is over the boundary line and out of bounds. And umpire Russo having a word with Kennedy as he runs past.
Chat to Brian Cordy, I think it was, Clark, half-back flanker for Footscray. He was looking for the free kick, a boundary throw-in. Kennedy doing the ruck work. Over the top was McIver. Slips the handball to Mitchell. Mitchell goes goalwards for Fitzroy and looks as though he may have kicked a badly needed goal. Now it's offline. And Fitzroy register their fourth behind. They're 4-4-28. Trailing Footscray 10-6-66, 12 minutes into the third quarter.
Hardy rants the target, but it's dropping short, and will be a mark to Barwick. Now Fitzroy with the sun out at the Western Oval. Quite a cool day. Play on, says the umpire. Barwick's kick not a good one, but it'll find Knight at half forward. Well, no, maybe he meant that one. That was low trajectory. Knight was there by himself at half forward. Now surely Fitzroy can kick a goal from there. Badly need one. Knight's 13th kick. See if he can do something with it for the Lions. We'll wait on the umpire, and it's a goal. Let's check the scoreboard as Footscray 10-6-66 and Fitzroy now moves on to 5-4-34, and that's 32-point difference in favour of the Bulldogs.
Play restarted. Tilley opposed by Purser. Punch on goes to McPherson. McPherson crashes his way through half forward, then kicks with his left foot into the full forward area. Picked up by Royal. Royal goes for goal. Will not miss from there, and he bangs it through for his third goal, and a quick reply to Fitzroy's fifth. And Footscray 11-6-72 go back to a 38-point advantage. Fitzroy 5-4-34, and Brian Royal has now had 15 possessions, 18 possessions in this match.
Well, there's nothing you can do if you're the Fitzroy coach to try and lift this side. Pert's up on the forward line. Osborne well held by Jepp, and then Jepp went off before half-time, and Baxter is looking after Osborne now and doing an extremely good job. So not much up forward for the Lions. 38 points lead now to Footscray. Purser dominating the centre. Wallace, that's a rainmaker. Running with the flight of the ball was Mitchell, and Mitchell takes the mark, the little fellow. Well done to Turner, not a very good hand pass. Now they've got the numbers. Conlon gets it back to Mitchell. It rebounds off a Footscray player back to Mitchell again. And they're fiddling around Fitzroy. Brian Cordy to Wallace. And the Bulldogs in no danger. Big leaper was Crow, and he pulls down a beaut mark.
Well, I got the impression that Steve McPherson may have touched that first, but anyway, Crow kicks it to McLean. McLean goes goalwards. A long bomb from about 50 metres out. Mark missed by Royal. Harris there tries to kick it off the ground. Royal's going for his fourth goal. Turns onto his left foot and slaps it through for another goal to Footscray. 4 goals to Royal, 12 goals to Footscray, and a 44-point advantage now at the 15-minute mark of the third quarter to Footscray. Brian Royal, 19 possessions, 4 goals, and between him and Hawkins, it'll be a battle royale for best on the ground.
Probably Royal's been a little more consistent, but then again he's been in the playing more. Brian Royal looking very pleased with himself, a cheeky little fellow. Royal's fourth goal, 44 points lead to Footscray. Purser again. Rowe for Fitzroy. Hardy in the way. Yes, once he gets his hands to it, there's no stopping Ginger Meggs. The Brownlow medalist now, the ball being thrown back to him by Mitchell, and that's his 6th kick. Kicks wide. Off the pack, Hawkins. Oh, he held it a little too long, but if the numbers are there, Liberatore. The kick up onto the half-forward line. Chance for McGuinness. Goes one way, then the other. Nice shepherd then by Purser. McGuinness, the kick up towards Beasley, and Beasley marks. Too tall for Reeves, who played him from behind.
Well, there was a little to do behind play. Andrew Purser did some very, very good work in shepherding and giving McGuinness the chance. Play went on. Here's Beasley, a chance to kick his second goal. No mistake, straight through the centre. Beasley 2 goals. Footscray 13-6, 84, leading by 50 points. Fitzroy 5-4-34. The dust-up was between Purser and Turner. Turner trying to tackle McGuinness. Purser doing the shepherding, and Dean Turner did not like it one bit.
Footscray increases the lead now to 50 points. Clayton. Hawkins. Courageous mark. Away go the Bulldogs. McGuinness, no, carries Turner under the ball, will allow Steve McPherson in, who shoots for goal. Some shepherding there by Royal, and the ball has gone through for a goal to Steve McPherson, although we'll just wait on the all clear.
It's a goal.
Yes, it's a goal. And that's McPherson's first goal. Now 56 points lead to the Bulldogs. And McPherson, 16 possessions.
There's another free kick against Fitzroy. Boy, are they doing some undisciplined things in this match. Purser kicks it long towards full forward. Beasley in front's interfered with. Play goes on. Fitzroy under lots of pressure. Blakey this time. Even he is unsure with his ball handling. Turner smothered by McPherson. Petraglia gets it out to McPherson. McPherson puts it on to McGuinness. McGuinness gets past onto his right foot, goes for goal and puts another one. Not offline. No, it's a mark. No, play on, Crow. Can't get clear. Fitzroy under lots of pressure in the last line of defence as Leon Harris scrambles along the ground on his all fours and pushes the ball over the boundary line for a throw in only 25 metres around from the Footscray goal.
McGuinness a little cheeky there, could have got the hand pass over the top to Crow, who was all by himself. And anyhow, Crow gets the tap down. Conlon tries to go through a wall of Footscray players. Liberatore there, battling his way through the pack. And there's going to be a bounce, and you can see how far out play is from the Footscray goal. Footscray leading by 56 points.
Umpire Snedden does the officiating. Ball comes clear to Roos. Roos kicks it in short and finds McIver at half-back for Fitzroy. They're in all sorts of trouble, Fitzroy. We got the tip early that the Footscray boys were cherry ripe for this match, and the tip was spot on. Spectacular mark by Wallace. Centre wing, member side of the ground. Steve Wallace, Bulldog centre man, kicks it towards centre half forward. Tilly, well, the flight of the year. Couldn't break clear, but Liberatore. Fitzroy come clear, centre wing. Baxter comes back. No, he doesn't. He feeds the handball to Malin. Malin kicks from the standing position up towards Crow, opposed by Roos. Crow goes in after it again. Turner on the bottom of the pack with Steve McPherson, and the umpire will bounce the ball just inside the 50-metre line, not very far at all away from the Footscray goal.
Crow, Tilly over the top again, interferes with Crow, and Max Crow will get the free kick. And Tilly not liking that one, but you gave it away. Paul Tilly, he's arguing with the umpire. Probably contends that he was going for the ball. There's Crow. Oh, he can kick a football, this fellow. It's drifting offline and through from behind. He was a good 55 metres out from goal then, the number 6 for Footscray, who has already kicked 3 goals.
Kicking the ball in is Reeves for Fitzroy. Comes out to the member's side of the ground. Pekin can't mark. He's opposed by Baxter. Purser does it like a little rover. His kick is smothered. Baxter there for Footscray. Tries to punch on. Goes in after again. Clayton there for Fitzroy. Gets the ball out into the clear to Pekin. Pekin's kick over the top. Goes towards the centre of the ground. Egan strong in defence. Crashes his way through with fearless play and kicks towards centre half forward, where Royal will kick another goal for the Bulldogs. Bang goes Brian Royal. Beasley sees it sail over the top of his head, and Royal's kicked his 5th goal. That's his 3rd for the quarter, and Footscray go further ahead. They're now 63 points in front, 15-7, and Fitzroy 5-4.
Great play by Egan. And what a luxury it is now for Footscray to be able to have a courageous and permanent back pocket, allowing Hardy to be creative around the midfield and up half forward. 63 points lead to Footscray. Purser again, Clayton. But he's going to kick it to Hardy, playing the loose man across half-back. In fact, he's got the roving commission, can go anywhere. We'll pop it out to Brian Cordy. No, Wallace is the target. Not a very good kick, though. And the ball over the boundary line for a throw between wing and half-forward outer side. So we wait for the ball to be put back into play. Tilly against Purser. Purser over the top, trying to get it down to Hawkins. Hawkins and Brian Cordy shepherd the ball back across the line. Footscray led by 36 points at quarter time, 38 points at half time. Tilly over the back then, the kick forward by Pert. Conlon went to go for it, couldn't get it. Hardy, ridden into the ground I thought, or was it a good tackle? The umpire deems it a good tackle. There'll be another throw-in. Left half forward flank for Fitzroy.
Well, Hardy and Mitchell looked like friends when they jumped up off the ground then. Boundary throw-in just outside the 50-metre line. Up towards Fitzroy's goal. Gary Pert now has to do the ruck work. Hardy kicking in danger against Clayton. No, play on. Clayton kicks it off the ground. Egan does good work. Through comes Kennedy, kicks it high to half back. It'll float over the boundary line and a free kick will be taken 51.5 metres out from Fitzroy's goal, right against the boundary line. Fitzroy trailing miserably by 63 points. Kicker of the football is Clayton, kicks it in towards the front of the goal square. Good high mark taken by Pert. And there is little reaction even from Fitzroy supporters in the outer from that mark, because the Lions have played miserably so far in this match. And the result is on the scoreboard. They trail by 63 points, 23 minutes into the third quarter. Gary Pert punts for goal. Goal umpire moves across slightly, but it's a goal to Fitzroy, and Gary Pert registers his first goal. Fitzroy's sixth. Fitzroy 6-4-40, trailing by 57 points. The Bulldogs are 15-7-97.
Fitzroy coach Dave Parkin obviously wondering, well, wish I had about 2 or 3 Gary Perts. So I could have one up forward, one on the ball and one in defence. But Fitzroy hasn't got 3 Gary Perts, and they're not doing too well. It's a bit of an understatement. 57-point lead now to Footscray, and Purser once again out of the centre. Royal, indiscriminate kicks, not going to gain much. Kicked up, fisted up forward. Now Rance is there with Brian Cordy. Pekin's there. Conlon coming in now. No pressure though. Malin has it. Fake the hand pass to Wallace. Over the top to Egan. Egan kicks wide of centre. Wallace waits down and Petraglia takes the mark, and Petraglia now runs around, caught one high and has stopped, wants to take the free kick, but he'll be okay. His side's well in front, well in control. Wallace lurking behind the pack, he can't mark, and eventually it's Clayton who kicks wide of centre. Rance fists the ball out in the open for Hawkins. Hawkins brilliant, drives the ball wide for McPherson, and McPherson takes a beautiful mark.
Steve McPherson for Footscray. He's already kicked one goal. Kicks it into the forward pocket. Crow kicks it into the front of the square. It's a short kick and Reeves is there for Fitzroy. His quick kick goes straight back to Steve McPherson, who was marked just outside the 50-metre line. Perhaps too far out to score a goal, but he'll definitely put it to the advantage of the Bulldogs. He tries to get around his opponent. He's messed it up. It's back there under his feet now through a little bit of misfortune for Blakey, because it hit him on the leg and rebounded back to Steve McPherson, and a bounce will take place just inside the 50-metre line, about 49.5 metres out from the Footscray goal. Footscray 15-7, lead Fitzroy 6-4, 24 minutes into the third quarter. Royal goes goalwards, kicks into the front, Rance there, kicks for goal, Rance offline, a backman's kick as he kicks it out of bounds on the full, and the free kick will be taken against the behind post by Reeves for Fitzroy.
Reeves started on the interchange and went to full back when Pert went up into the forward line. Turner, who hasn't stopped trying in defence for Fitzroy, of course he's had plenty of opportunities, and Turner, the long kick. Pert and Rance. McIver is there. Purser over the back. Wallace cleverly gets the ball down, but Harris feeds the ball out to Pert. But Hardy playing the loose man across that defence. He's a little bit slow as Laurie comes at him, but he gets the kick away. Cooper can't get it. Turner comes through again. Rance, though, cleaner. Hand pass sloppy. McGuinness out wide to Liberatore, but rebounds then off Rowe. Rowe gets the hand pass away to Pert, who's down on wing. The kick up into the half-forward line. Laurie has to beat about Footscray players. Kennedy wins out in the end and gets the hand pass away to Hardy. Footscray had the numbers. Hardy to Egan. Now Egan will go for a run, has a little look around, decides to kick long to half forward again. Oh, and a great mark to Paul Roos.
Well, perhaps mark of the day to Roos. He had the sit, sure hands, nowhere to kick it to. Obviously looking for his mate, Gary Pert, out here at half forward. He's there, but he didn't go for the mark. Now he kicks it off the ground. Leading in the race for the ball is McIver. Pert does the shepherding on Brian Cordy. McIver's tackled by Cordy. Cordy did it well, actually, and has taken the free kick. It's perhaps against Pert for an indiscriminate shepherd, and Brian Cordy to repel that promising Fitzroy attack. He kicks it to Egan. Egan trying to make space for himself, now gets the chance to handball over the top to McLean, who'd made good position, and McLean with plenty of time kicks it to half forward, looking for Crow. Crow doesn't let him down, and Crow takes the mark right against the 50-metre line, and a chance for Crow to kick one of his big bombs. He's already kicked 3 goals, Max Crow, and he kicked all of those in the first 15 minutes of this match. Goes for the big torpedo punt kick. It's into the goal square. Beasley at the back will kick a goal. Straight through the centre. Another goal to Footscray. 3rd goal to Beasley. And Footscray go marching on. They're 16-7, 103. Fitzroy 6-4, 40.
Well, even the coach's box has gone quiet. The opposition coach's box parking very vocal in the first half. Almost hysterical, but I think you can see, well, why get yourself in another? Beasley's 3rd goal, 63 points lead now to Footscray. Purser, Kennedy loses the run of it. Laurie tries to get the ball further afield. Egan stood his ground then. A lot of indiscriminate kicking, and I think the umpire will have to come in and bounce the ball at the edge of the centre square. Fitzroy's attacking side. They've certainly missed Quinlan up forward, but he wouldn't have made the difference. McIver gets it down, straight to Brian Cordy. Kick wide, Pekin loses the run of it. Hawkins brilliant, breaks clear, the short pass to half forward where Crow has marked.
Crow plays on, good smother by Roos. Hawkins in with a chance again, trying to be a little bit too clever, outnumbered. 3 Fitzroy players. It's probably one of the only times during the day that they've done it. Turner comes clear and kicks it to half forward for Fitzroy. Rance is there for Footscray, but Conlon breaks clear, crashes through a Hardy tackle, and Conlon goes goalwards with a big long kick. It's offline and a behind to Fitzroy. Fitzroy's 5th behind. They're 6-5, 41, and they trail by 62 points. The Bulldogs 16-7, 103. Into time on in the 3rd quarter in the big game at the Western Oval.
Kennedy. Oh, look, they've got the numbers. McIver was a little late on the scene, but the ball is out of bounds. No, it was touched, so no free kick. It must have been McIver who leapt high to try and get that ball, just getting his hands to it, deflecting it over the boundary line. Purser and Keane, who's back on the ground. Keane gets it down. McIver can't get it. Eventually it's Clayton. Clayton's kick up to the full forward area. Pert up high. Kennedy has it. He's not even going to run it through from behind. That's how much confidence he's got. He finds Liberatore. Liberatore over the top to Rance. Rance from half back. A high kick to the outer side of the ground. Pekin fists the ball away over the boundary line. Yes, we can't get to it. There'll be a throw-in.
Throw in on centre wing. Dougie Hawkins in the picture with Phil Mail and young Rowe for Fitzroy. Purser and Keane to do the ruck work. Purser does well and gets in front. Puts it down into the base of the pack where Hawkins is interfered with. Doug Barrett not too happy. But Hawkins takes the free kick, kicks it up to half forward, where Petraglia has taken a good mark in front of his opponent. Petraglia turns onto the left foot and kicks it up looking for Crow. Crow at the back. There's Knight. Knight for Fitzroy, repels the Footscray attack into the centre. Mitchell the high flyer. But the crumbs are gathered by Hardy. He's well tackled. Laurie in there's had a bad day. Gives it to Clayton, puts Clayton under pressure. And umpire Russo decides on a bounce just inside the centre square.
There's the siren for 3-quarter time and another magnificent quarter to the Bulldogs. Footscray 16-7, 103. Fitzroy 6-5, 41. That's a lead of 62 points at 3-quarter time.